So, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to understanding the heart of the nakshatras. And in this video, I want to kind of show you a very simple concept I learned with one of my teachers about why, certain signs behave a certain way, and why is it that a certain planet actually represents what they truly represents, which is seen through the heart of the nakshatra. Think about it. Heart of the nakshatra. So think about it. When we say the heart, we always say this person is the heart of the family. This place is the heart of the country. It kind of represents where everything's kind of binded with this one thing. And where is our heart? Our heart is right there, middle of our chest. Every single function in our body, even our thinking, our thoughts, what we like, what we dislike. When you see someone, do you like them instantly? Do you hate them instantly? Is all through the heart. Nothing to do with the mind. It's the heart. So now, if you look at the nakshatras, just by looking at the dharma nakshatras, okay, like actual dharma trikon, which is Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. They represents the fire of creation, the fire of following the certain right path. And in these nakshatras, in the very middle, is the nakshatra ruled by Venus. Venus rules Bharani, which is in Aries. Venus rules Purva Phalguni, which is in middle of Leo. Venus rules Purva Shada, which is in middle of Sagittarius. And Venus represents devotion. Venus represents fighting for the right things. Venus represents our lineage. Venus represents our ability to connect with our true self, which is Bharani in the sign of Aries. And obviously it's about fighting for justice. And this is why Venus is also given the planet of creativity, creation. The fire signs are known as the signs of creation. To create something out of something, to create this universe through fire. So Venus is at the heart of creation. Venus always initiates things. Venus represents your devotion. Because Sagittarius is what? Sagittarius is our divinity. Sagittarius is what our belief systems are and what are the highest principles we are to follow. Sagittarius is the highest principles we are to follow as human beings, which is following the law, abiding by the law of the cosmos, following by the laws of, God, the laws of the land. And I'm not talking about laws of the land as in country. Any country, there are like communist countries out there who treat their citizens as slaves. That's not the law. I'm talking about the cosmic law. How to treat the land, how to treat the animals, how to treat each other. That's the law. And Venus is at the heart of that. So once you understand this, now you understand everything else. You understand everything else. So usually when we think of Venus, we think of luxury items, clothing, fashion, perfumes. And it is true. It's not like it's not true. But it's not the essence of Shukra. It is not essence of Venus. We're trying to really find the true essence. Like we have a soul that we try to understand through yoga practices, meditational practices, our Kriya practices. Then, in such case, look at Artha. Your Artha. What is Artha? If Dharma is the righteous path or the path of the soul that is to walk on, Artha represents our sustenance. Artha represents how we feed ourselves, how we earn the money. And it's our obligation to society. What is it that we have to give to the society because we're born? And the heart of the Artha is the moon. Moon, what are the Artha signs? Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. And moon is at the heart of these signs because it rules the Nakshatra of Rohini, Hasta, and Saravan. Moon is the one that really represents wealth. Moon is the one that represents gems, jewelry, food, fame, and to giving ourselves to society, because in Virgo, the Nakshatra of Hasta shows using your hands to work, using your hands to either heal people, to construct something, using your hands to play the hand, to win something so you can feed yourself. So moon becomes the heart of the Artha. Then if you look at Kama, the desire, which is the sign of Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, the original Kama houses. Rahu controls the heart of the Kama with Ardra, Swati, Satvishak. Rahu represents our highest of desires. Because what Rahu was a person who desired something beyond his own capability. Rahu says, I want to be a god. I want to be eternal. I want to surpass where I have come from. And him actually taking the drop of the Soma, he became eternal. He became godlike. Nothing can destroy it. Okay. So when we look at Rahu, Rahu represents the highest of ambitions. Highest of our desire to achieve something. Even if it's desire for moksha, desire for spirituality, desire for a guru. And this is where you see the relationship of Dharma and Kama, Venus and Rahu. The Daitya Guru, Venus, and Rahu the Asura, the Guru of the Asura. The Asura didn't really desire for their highest desire was not to attain the wealth, money, fame, and Instagram, likes. Their highest of desire was the desire to get a guru. So the highest of desire for the Asura was to actually be with their Guru Shukra. And this is the problem that happens is when we read too many things, or if something is told in 100 different places, it becomes truth, right? So what do we hear online or in books? Asuras are bad, devas are good. Asuras are bad, devas are good. Asuras want material things, devas just want God. And the entire idea, the cyclical idea, gets lost. That who are devas, first of all? What is the word deva means? What is the word asura means? What is the deeper meaning of it? Forget the fact that they are dressed like Rakshas in Indian TV series, which I can't believe how dumb the public can be to watch these shows. I watched some of these newer Ramayans and Mahabharatas on TV with oh my God, India has so much money and they're doing like green screen shots of this guy wearing a Halloween mask as a crow. And I'm like, oh my God, and people are like crazy attached to these things. I'm like, my God, I can make something just as cheap and I can be a superstar there. But again, whatever you see on these television shows is just whatever they have heard at 100 different places. Same thing, look at moksha. Who is at the heart of moksha? Who is at the heart of moksha? The heart of moksha is Saturn. Not to mention Saturn is a brahmachari. Because the sign of Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces are the moksha triangle. Saturn is the one that really takes you to enlightenment. Saturn invokes the spiritual quest, not Jupiter. Saturn a tamasic malefic planet who gets vilified every single time. Because in Cancer, you have the Nakshatra Pushya. In Scorpio, Anuradha. In Pisces, Uttarabhadrapada. And Saturn is the reason why people fear Saturn. We all do. I mean, of course, I'm not going to mess with Saturn. But Saturn is here to show you that the reality of the world is nothing lasts. You are talking here right now in front of audience. At one point, it is only going to be a video. The real person behind it is going to be gone, evaporated, gone to some other local, reborn in some other place. This is the reality of things. And once you find the reality, then you start asking questions. Okay, so if this is temporary, what is on the other side? If this is temporary, who am I? That fear, that question of who am I, is really comes through Saturn. Because Jupiter can make you lost in the actual scriptures, in the Updeshas, where you are just being a sponge and absorbing knowledge of the Guru. But the one who kind of becomes the rebel, which is Saturn, who kind of stands up and says, wait a second, I know we're learning this, but my God, who are we? What is this place? You know, where am I standing here? And that's the process of Saturn. And this is where the Kal Purusha Kundali comes into play. One thing I've noticed with my, personal interactions, even with A.V. Sundaram, one thing I've noticed whenever he gives me some sort of a technique, some sort of a certain thing to study in Jyotish, it somehow is always connected to the natural Aries zodiac ascendant. Everything is somehow connected. The understanding of yogas, aspects, planets is all from that Kal Purush Kundali. Like, I'll give you an example. From the sign of Aries, Mars is exalted where? The 10th house in the sign of Capricorn. That's where it's exalted. And what is the 10th house? 10th house represents our reputation, our fame, our status, our obligation to society. So if you want that, I don't care what ascendant you have, but if you want that success, you must look at Mars. And not just your 10th lord from your Lagna and ascendant. Study Mars. Mars represents status. What happens when a fighter wins? What happens when a soldier wins a war? Their status elevates. People respect them. People are fearful of them. That, oh my God, this fighter just completely took this person's head off. And if I see them in personal life, I'm going to be nice to them. I'm not going to piss them off. Same thing with Saturn. Where is Saturn exalted? 7th house of contracts, marriage, partnership, legal bindings. So if you are looking for marriage and stability of marriage, stability of your business partnership, you need to look at Saturn. You need to look at how Saturn is and how strong that contract will be. How easily can I make contracts with people is Saturn. So I'm just using the Aries chart and I'm trying to understand the planets. And you can understand planets, nakshatras, zodiac signs themselves, aspects, conjunctions, yogas, everything is from the Aries sign. And this is something I've actually taught that in my academy online. That if you really want to understand the beauty of anything, and you can even make your own yogas, just use the Aries zodiac sign, which is known as Kal Purush Kundali. Okay, so just wanted to again kind of make you think about life and nakshatras and astrology in a more simpler manner. There's no technique in this. Unless you can start thinking about it, then you'll find 100 techniques. Okay, so anyway guys, this was my little video on understanding of heart of nakshatras. If you're new to my channel, subscribe below so you don't miss videos like this. And if you want to learn these things and secret of nakshatras and especially this new technique that I'm about to teach in my academy, check out the links here at thinkific.com link. Or if you want to know your consultations, your books, reports, go to my astrologycareers.com link. Otherwise, yeah, we'll see you later. Bye-bye.